here to talk about Star Wars games that are not tabletop battle games, but they're more card games. In the past, there was a Star Wars game, the Star Wars The card game, and I bought into this, and it kind of defunct. A very decent game though. And then they had a Destiny game, Star Wars Destiny, and this here is not even unopened yet. But I have the game and I've played it many times. I really enjoyed the way this game played, but it was a little bit clunky, and it seemed to die out fairly quickly. And now they have created a new Star Wars game. I haven't tried it yet, but today we're going to talk a little bit about
a new card game they came out with called Star Wars Unlimited. They're on their third set so far. This, I believe, is the second one, and this is their third set that they've come out with. Twilight of the Republic and Shadows of the Galaxy. This focuses more on the wider Star Wars universe. Like, you have the first set focused on the Civil War era, your classic trilogy. This was the trilogy I grew up with because I'm young like that, and this is the brand new trilogy that's just come out for the next generation. So far, the game seems to be in a much better state than the other ones, where the community is wanting it and actually actively playing it. There's already a competitive scene for it that's going on, and they just started the tour for the new World Championship. I believe they call like the Galactic Champion or Universal Champion. I'm not quite sure exactly the terminology they use, but essentially it's just their competitive format that they actually have going. I haven't had a chance to play myself, but today we're going to be opening these, taking a look.
But all the starter sets of the original were sold before I got even a chance. And then all the boxes for the original were even sold before I got a chance to get into it. And so I was like, I'm already behind the 8 ball, because I'm a complete person. I like to own everything. And so when I buy something, I just buy it all. And so and so the cost has kept me out of it. But Andrew came back from a Magic tournament, and he brought me a starter set. So we're going to actually take a look at it. And we're going to take a look at a couple of the cards, and we'll go from there. And we'll see how it plays. Okay, so we're just going to open up the first one, take a look at a few of the cards in the decks, and show you what you get in the deck. And then we'll go to the second one.
Yeah, so this is the Shadow of the Galaxy box. It comes with a Mandalorian deck, as well as Moff Gideon.
Ooh, what's that thing? Where do you see that?
This is the playmats that they give you.
Oh, so, they give you a paper playmat?
Yeah, much like the old Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon, they give you a playmat, and they actually have locations where you have to put your stuff. Yeah, it seems to have a spot for your units, your base, your leader, and resources.
I just like the poster. Let's see the poster on that one.
This is a full art of the Mandalorian. Oh, yours goes that way. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine goes this way. That's cool. We can hang that on the wall.
Yeah, I will hang it on the wall with all my other posters.
Yeah.
After, I think I'm going to have to buy a mouse pad type playing mat for it, because that'll make it nice to you. Oh, it's got all the keywords and stuff on it too.
Yeah, the starter ones usually tend to, when you have the new stuff, it goes into a lot of detail of everything, and usually has somewhere on there with probably a turn order on actually what actions you're supposed to take.
Oh, it even comes with decks.
2 deck boxes. One for Moff Gideon and one for...
They thought of a lot. Like, this is a pretty good product, to be honest. Like, the way they put it together.
A rulebook.
Yeah, and now one thing I do know that this is a collector card game, so you're going to have to buy packs, and there's lots of packs, as I said, boxes and packs. And there's tokens.
Yeah, it comes with tokens for damage, I'm presuming. One thing I do like about it, like he said, you do have to buy additional cards if you want to play at a higher level, perhaps. But I love starter decks, and I love to keep starter decks the way they are, because they're perfect for teaching new players. Mm-hmm. They're perfect for going head-to-head if you just want to have a nice, fair, balanced match. Out of the box, these decks are going to be designed to play each other, as opposed to, let's say I'm a whale, and like I am with Magic, and I buy and I play the best decks because I like to play that game competitively. If I was to play PJ, who doesn't really have any cards, it wouldn't be super fair for him, because he just wouldn't have a chance necessarily. Not that it's games like these are pay to win, but if you have a deck that you've spent time and energy on, it's going to be better than someone who's just slapped something together, just like Legion. If I spend, weeks refining
Can it be kind of pay to win a bit?
the
Because I know Magic's got a pay to win element to it sometimes.
in older formats, yes, because the cards are way more expensive that you need to run. But in a game where $200 will buy you the best deck, like standard, $200 is just the entry to get into the game if you're going to play 60 card competitively.
Okay.
And $200 buys that, like similar price to playing Legion competitively.
Okay, well, let's just kind of randomly.
There's Moth.
Okay, because I got Moth over here. Is that what it said? No,
Nope.
We'll switch.
We'll
that way.
switch. I thought you had Moth.
No, and then you can grab. I have the Moth paper.
Oh yeah, and I have.
Yeah, and then let's take a look at what we get in these. They come in a nice little wax paper here, and
Yeah, I like that over Magic's plastics. The plastic I find is harder to get into, and I have before damaged cards trying to get into those because they're so tightly sealed.
the first thing you do get is a hero, and it's a sideways card. Oh, it's backwards too. So one side. Let me just give you a card. We're going to go to the cards screen here, and so you get a hero card, and that's the hero there. And you get a land card. Now I'm going to move the hero from that to the playing side because he's got two sides on the hero card. I wonder if he gets flipped over if damaged or something like that.
From my understanding of how it works is the sideways side, like this, that you have or the side you're showing now, is when you play them.
Okay.
Because the leaders you can play it from the leader zone or whatever it's referred to in this game. And then it's on the battlefield and acts as a unit. But when it stays in the leader zone or command zone, it has a special action it can take only in there. Like if you look on Gideon, for example, did it fall?
No, yeah, you fell. That's okay.
He has a tap ability, which is something he can do once a turn, it looks like, to activate. Whereas on the front side here, you can see they have like a cost and a power and a health. So it's a difference between being a unit and more of just an effect that exists on the battlefield.
As I said, I don't know a lot about this game. I just did open up first, but I'm going to look at some of the artwork a little bit. We got the village protectors, because our base is found in the village. And there's some other cool cards. We got the Razor Crest. We got a couple copies of the Razor Crest. Cargo Junction. There's planes. There's special characters or characters, So there's lots of cool cards in there in each deck, and I'm kind of excited to learn the game and play it. But you get a wide variety. As we said, you get a full deck when you start this. So, Andrew, what you gonna can you show us a couple of the cards you got, some that you picked out that you thought were kind of cool?
Yeah, so I got a couple of like named characters. Like here's General Tarj, and Dr. Pressing. I guess how you say his name. He's the doctor from the Mandalorian
Yeah,
show.
the cloning doctor.
Yeah, but then we also have Death Troopers, which I thought were really cool because I like the Death Troopers.
I'm gonna pop mine out, and you can put some on your side too.
Sure, but then we also have the Phase 2 Dark Troopers, which I think are really cool because those are very much a Gideon thing being in his deck. I think is very nice.
Yep.
Then you also have one of the best scenes from the show, the Incendiary Troopers, when they're like, that's such a cool art, I think, and I really liked when they appeared in the show. It's extra unit that you don't see often. Then we have, for ships, we also have just your generic TIE fighter, and then we also have a heavy cruiser, which I like. I like the heavy cruiser because it seems to be just a more powerful version of the ship, more expensive to play. Then we had a couple of them, which I thought was slightly strange that there was multiple named copies of this, of Gideon's light cruiser.
Okay.
I'm not sure why they chose to only have two of those of a named thing versus only one of the other hero cards in each of the deck. But those light cruisers, that seems very powerful as a vehicle to have, and also very costly. It cost 8, which I haven't seen anything else in the deck that cost anywhere near that amount. And then lastly, we had the Client, which, if you remember from the show, that's the guy that was trying to buy Grogu. those are some of the cards that I saw that were unique from his deck. The rest seem more generic type units that are just there to fill the deck and make the deck function. Yeah.
Well, as I said, we haven't played the game yet, but we're excited to learn it and get it in, and we'll probably show you a game of us playing at some point. But the reality is, that's the basic set. It comes with 2 decks that are playable, comes with a little box set, comes with your tokens that you need. I will probably 3D print some more tokens and holders. It comes with a nice playing mat for each thing and a little starter rule.
Yeah.
And so that is the Moff Gideon Mandalorian set in the fullness of it. And yeah, I can't wait to get involved and see what this game is like, and we'll go over how to play the game in the future. I'll talk to you again. We also have the other one, but we're not going to open that on camera. I'm assuming it's going to be all the similar things, but with Galactic Republic.
And Grievous instead of them.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of similar cards that reading through it that seem to be more just generic cards that are for running a deck, much like Magic has its lands. You need lands to function. You need some of these cards to function, it seems like.
Sounds good. Well, we'll get back to you and tell you what we think about it after we play it.